Okay, let's get into our first discussion now. The wave of defections hitting the All Progressives Congress is not easing up anytime.
Absolutely. And Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal and APC National Publicity Secretary Malam Bolaji Abdullahi have joined the defection train to the People's Democratic Party. Tambuwal and Abdullahi's exit is coming on the heels of Senate President Bukola Saraki's defection, as well as that of his political godson, Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed of Kwara State.
Also, 23 members of the Kwara State Assembly in like manner dumped the APC. The defectors have all accused the ruling party of ill treatment and marginalization, among other issues. But APC National Chairman Adam Soshomale says nobody in the All Progressives Congress is surprised about the defection of both Saraki and his protege Abdul Fattah Ahmed. Soshomale, who described the current situation as tempting, explained that the beauty of democracy is that whether big or small, it is one man, one vote on election day.
We have to accept that once a couple, for one reason or the other, find that they are not compatible, the only honorable part is for people to go. I was happy, at least for one thing, that the Senate President as a mark of honor, accepted that he's leaving not because the new leadership did not make effort. He admitted that not only did I did everything possible, along with the vice president, along with some governors, and he had a meeting with the president, but he argued that those efforts came too late. But I couldn't have started acting before I was born. So, but whatever is the reason, we can't declare from parties, we can't declare from Nigeria. The only thing that there are other consequential issues that every man and woman of honor who has taken such decision will be expected to follow through.
The APC remains the majority party in the Senate with our 53 senators, and we have given the names. We reel out the names and the states. I know the other side is claiming they have 55, they have 60, they have 70, but they have never given anybody a name. So make your judgment there. We challenge, in fact, I'm using this opportunity to challenge them to publish the names of their senators, the PDP senators. We have published ours. Among the 53, none has come out to deny the fact that he or she is APC. But let them publish their own. They remain 48.
Ahmed Lawan there, Senator Ahmed Lawan, talking about the majority or minority in the Senate, as well as the chairman of the All Progressives Congress.
As far as it's concerned, it's still a question of numbers.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about the numbers. We have joining us a political analyst, Ziggy Ibe. Ziggy, good morning. Nice to have you join us.
Thank you for having me on.
Right. And we also have a public affairs commentator, Kaide Salako, joining us right now. Kaide, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Nice to see you.
Morning, gentlemen.
Yeah,
All right.
good to be here again.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Ziggy, let me start with you. If you listen to the national chairman of the APC, his tone seemed to have
declining.
It seemed to have softened now, comparative to the way it was before when he was blowing hot concerning those who are defecting.
In a family, if you lose anyone, I don't think that will give you a cheery mood.
Yeah.
Okay. The kind of defection we're having now wouldn't make one smile, though they are smiling at the other end, but then it gives that room for one to worry. Why all these defections? Okay, if we are defecting for reasons, cogent reasons, I think we should be cheerful. But right now, they are not defecting for reasons that is beneficial to you and I. Their defection has always been issues that are never progressive. How do I mean this? If I am living where I am now, I have a clear-cut idea of where I am going, for which reason I am going there. That is an ideology. in a microcosm. But right now, if I live here, purposelessly, living to no destination, what it means is that I am wandering. So I refer to all these defectors as those who are wandering. If you are in a home and you are no longer happy with the home, or among your family members, there are ways we could approach ourselves and rectify whatever problems we are having.
But then that would depend on whether you saw that home or family as your family
good.
in the first place.
That's it. So in the first place, they are never seeing themselves as in that family. So what it means is that they are all strange bedfellows, looking for opportunities to really feather their next. If that opportunity is not coming, they move from there to the next destination, purposelessly.
Okay. All right, let's bring it to Kayode Salako. It was Charles de Gaulle, the French leader, who said that politics is too serious to be left to politicians alone. Is this why we're seeing what we're seeing, that even governance itself has been politicized in such a way that the people who really should be getting the gains of governance or democracy are left in the cold, while politicians are busy politicking?
Well, thank you. I have always been a public affairs analyst.
Yes.
Who has always been passionate. I have always been more passionate about the kind of governance our politicians run and not the type of politics they play. Because all of us know that our country has suffered in the hands of these peculiar Nigerian politicians. In today's Nigeria, I am going to say it that we have two types of politicians in Nigeria right now. Two types. Those who call themselves the true progressive politicians, and those are the ones I feel are passionate about governing to move Nigeria forward, governing to develop Nigeria, to grow Nigeria. But the other side are the real, or let me say the peculiar Nigerian politicians, those who are in politics purposely because of what they want to eat and what they want to become, maybe as power brokers in Nigeria. Well, we can't say it is the fault of Nigerians, so to say.
Yeah.
Because before now, many of us who are the sane Nigerians, who are the decent, civilized Nigerians, have seen politics as a dirty game. Politics is a dirty game. It is evil. It is dangerous. If you are decent, you are civilized, you are corporately inclined, optimally exposed, you can go there.
That has been the perception.
That has been the perception. But I think right now that perception is changing. I think there has been more concentration on politics by these peculiar Nigerian politicians. Those, I call them investor politicians. Politicians who are in politics to invest everything they have, so that when they get here, they can continue to be wealthy, to be rich, to be scooping with cups. You know, we have politicians who are now holding cups.
But investing in itself is not necessarily a bad thing. It depends on why you're investing or what you're investing in and what the dividends that you hope to get from that investment.
Yes. Politics,
don't you think? Yeah.
Politics is not supposed to be a venture where you go and invest and you are expected to now continue to loot or to pack everything.
Okay.
Politics is supposed to be about service to your nation. You want to serve your country in a certain political capacity for the purpose of your country developing, growing, and moving forward.
Okay.
And if you look at this place, we have two dominant political parties in Nigeria right now. We have the APC, All Progressives Congress, and we pick that progressives in that name. This is supposed to be a political party for those politicians who want the progress of Nigeria. That is the meaning of All Progressive Congress.
Yeah.
Progress of Nigeria. PDP, People's Democratic Party. These are people who are just democratizing for the purpose of getting the power. Gaining the power to do whatever they like with it. And that is why
that's your own interpretation.
Their logo is power to the people. That's why most people you see in PDP are too power conscious.
Well,
they're too power conscious.
I will leave that as your personal, very, very personal opinion.
If you look at the traditional APC people, they are more of technocrats who want the progress of Nigeria.
All right, but in the same vein, someone would say that the same progressives, the same technocrats are the ones who are not delivering as far as Nigerians are concerned right now. There is still that complaint. But let's leave that.
The delivering depends who is interpreting it.
Yeah. The way you
who
see
is
it.
defining it.
Okay.
Okay. I've been in a group where there had been they are giving the services they are elected to do, and some other people said they are not giving. That depends who is interpreting and from which view you are looking at it. But you see, like he said, politics as we are playing today supposed not to be bring and let me take all.
A business venture.
Yesterday, I read a piece from Bukola Saraki who said President Muhammadu Buhari didn't allow them to play the kind of politics they were playing, meaning that they've been bad or they've been deprived from status quo, what has been on before the assumption of Muhammadu Buhari's office. Now, looking at the whole thing, jumping from one party to another, whose interest? Are they serving the interest of Nigerian people? Are they really doing this to really serve us better? In areas they've served or in the capacities they've served, have they served us? Can we really give credence to them? Can we really say they've performed well?
Is this about those who are defecting, or even
it is about those who are defecting and
let us
out this
Ziggy, let's even leave the politics of it and go into the governance of it.
That's right.
The government right now is owned by APC, the political party.
It's being run by APC, not owned.
Oh, okay.
Nobody owns the government.
People own it, but the political party runs the government, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, it is run by the APC.
That's right.
And Nigerians are looking at the governance now, not even the politics of it. They're looking at the governance. And a lot of people are questioning, especially when you see issues of security, which is number one priority or role of government, to protect the people. Go to Zamfara, go to Benue, go to Plateau, go to Taraba, and all of that. People are still complaining we're not even safe. So how do you talk about the issue of those who are just defecting are the issue?
Are they defecting to stop the security? Are they defecting to really quell the demands of the people? Are they defecting to really put a stop to the myriads of problems we're having today?
But everything lies on the table of the president.
That's right.
So if they feel that the president doesn't give us because we've come up the latitude exactly to handle the issues, everybody has the part.
And gentlemen, really, have you been able to look at, dispassionately, go through exactly what points the defectors are putting out and saying these are the reasons we're leaving the APC
non-performance
for other parties? Yes. Have you looked at their reasons?
Who are they not the leaders?
Salakob, you might want to weigh in on this.
Well, those who are defecting,
yes,
from APC right now are those who are defected from their souls, in their souls.
You might want to break that down for us to understand.
Day one.
Yes, help us.
For example, the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, can anybody say he had been an APC member? No.
But he was instrumental. No. You cannot wish it away that he and others were instrumental to APC winning the presidency in 2015.
That is a different issue. He wasn't
Winning
the
the
only person.
president,
He wasn't the only person.
Yeah, that's why I say he and alongside others.
How has he acted as an APC leader so far? He had been in the APC, but openly, undoubtedly, godfully, romancing and obnobbing with people in the opposition. He has been helping the opposition to develop, to gather strength. Openly, to develop, to gather strength. Openly.
Allegations.
And it's not an allegation, we all know.
Okay.
Saraki had been holding meetings in the opposition camps. He had not been afraid of it. How can you be a member of APC, a prominent leader, and when People's Democratic Party calls a meeting, Saraki will be in there, he will be inside.
Well,
that is...
We haven't got many tangible reports like that anyway.
The Minister of Information said yesterday that their party had not gained anything from Senator Bukola Saraki's Senate presidency. That the party had not gained anything, and that all along he had been one of those even in the opposition against APC.
Well, is that not politics kicking in? I mean, Saraki, for example, has accused, he has claimed that he has been victimized and been hounded over and over again. Now you have Samuel Otom, the governor of Benue State, who has decamped, right? And all of a sudden, the EFCC has gone after him in the name of security votes, and he's saying, "Why are you singling me out at this time? And why not? Why are you not making it a blanket thing? If you're going to probe security votes, why not probe all 36 governors, including the president himself?"
So it looks like a political persecution.
Who has left the APC, has said, "Look, this is about the non-performance and ineffectiveness of the ruling party. These are the reasons that they have put out there. Are these reasons worth looking at again dispassionately without any sentiments?"
Well, I don't build sentiments for criminals.
Okay.
If someone is a criminal, he has stolen Nigeria's money.
How do we know that these are criminals? Has a law court?
A law court has not declared them criminals.
The EFCC has not called them criminals.
Okay.
But once you
so we need to be mindful of calling them criminals.
You see,
we don't want to do that.
I am a Nigerian.
Yes.
I talk based on an opinion. The way I see things. I don't have sentiment for whoever has been accused of stealing Nigeria's money or misappropriating Nigeria's money. I don't have passion for them. I don't have sentiment. The EFCC can decide at its own time to move in to investigate anybody. So for us to be saying, this is the time EFCC should come in, this is the time EFCC should not come in, I am not the EFCC. EFCC has a reason to decide to come in at the time.
But is this not why many people who have criticized the way this government has gone about fighting corruption, is this not why they're saying, look, this really has been a one-sided thing, hounding political enemies, perceived enemies, and all of that?
Those people feel.
Is it not possible that, you know, those who are fighting corruption may be doing a right thing the wrong way, and then you put out the wrong signals out there?
EFCC as an agency of government knows when to come in.
They know when to come
when
in.
not to come in. We don't dictate for them when to look at who is to be probed and who is not to be probed. So if EFCC comes in at the end, you know, in Nigeria, we tend to complain and cry about everything. EFCC knows everybody who to beam their torchlight on. If at this point EFCC say, okay, we are coming in for this person, why the hues and cries? The same we, Nigerians, will begin to say, no, why didn't they start on time? Why have they started this time? No, election is coming and all that. And we want a progressive Nigerian. And we want a good Nigerian. We want a Nigerian where everybody will be comfortable.
In the same vein,
to sanitize the environment, EFCC has been set up to do their jobs.
to
Most
investigate.
times we should allow
For a
these
reason.
agencies of this government to do their work rather than giving the names, rather than dictating for them when their job should be done, when it shouldn't be done. Okay?
But however, the point there is, if we're also talking about government is responsible to the people. Not just about the person who is involved here. There has to be justice, fairness, and it also has to give a feeling that justice is being done.
It must be seen to
exactly,
be done.
must be seen to be done.
Who give this
so
feelings?
in a situation like for instance, in Benue, for instance, with this issue coming up with EFCC going after him, certainly we cannot exonerate anybody because we are not there.
Why is it
but the point there is,
Sorry, please. Why is the EFCC coming in for autumn now? It is because the people in his state are complaining that he has not paid them salary for about 10, 11, 12 months. And Mr. President has come out to say, I have given this man over 20 billion naira in recent time for the same purpose. It is Mr. President that came out to complain. Why should this man still be owing these people about 10, 11, 12 months when I had already given him about 20 billion naira for the purpose?
And it took the president's statement
I think that was what
for that
the
to
EFCC
happen.
had.
All right, gentlemen, before we
decided to investigate.
let's not even
there are
drift-
over 20 states that have not been able to pay salaries.
Yes, but autumn.
Okay,
autumn.
can we narrow this down to
Yeah.
what we're talking about now? The issue of the impact these defections really are having on our democracy. This democracy that we have called an experiment, we have called nascent, we've used all kinds of adjectives to describe, is almost 20 years. So right now,
And we've not got it right.
and now we have this gale of defections on both sides. People are leaving the APC for the PDP and elsewhere, and people are leaving other parties to join the APC. That's a
Democracy
fact.
is a game of number.
Is this good for our democracy?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Our democracy is just about 18 years old in Nigeria that we are practicing. We can't get it right immediately. Judging from the fact that the nature of the politicians we have in Nigeria, I have just told you that it is very, very expensive to be a politician in Nigeria, to get involved into politics and run it. Most of these guys are running around. They must have invested heavily in the past. And maybe by now, they have not been able to recoup their investment from Buhari's government. And they feel, well, we are in this APC. This man is not allowing us to get anything. Because I read it on social media where the Senate president lamented that they were not gaining anything from Buhari's government, and this APC government. That they were just there. Most of the juicy appointments.
But that will depend on exactly what he means by not gaining
most of the
anything.
juicy appointments were going to Katsina and Lagos. That he, as a Senate president, he was not given any slots. He didn't gain anything. And that could be a reason for anybody to decide to leave APC for PDP, because in PDP, we all know that if you are in PDP and you are lucky to be in power, definitely you have a lot to gain. But in APC, ideologically, it is supposed to be a party for politicians who want to run Nigeria to grow Nigeria. They want to run Nigeria to grow Nigeria. That was the promise they made to us. They didn't say, oh, we are going to run Nigeria the way PDP ran it.
But are they keeping the
Have they
promise?
delivered on that promise?
My sister,
That's why
my
I
sister,
said
go around
it's
Nigeria.
who defines
Go around Nigeria and see projects going on. I watched a program yesterday on TV, on
go
TVC,
ahead.
Both Faces, maybe it's on channels or TVC Air, where a presenter went around with the Minister of Works, Power and Housing, Babatola Jivachola.
Yes.
He took them around Nigeria for Nigeria to see what his ministries have been doing in the area of infrastructure development. I was amazed to see good works going on around Nigeria. You see, my brother, we can't just sit down in our house and with our phones and be concluding that the government is not performing.
Okay.
How many places have you traveled to around Nigeria? The Federal Executive Council meets every week to approve projects. Projects are being approved every week. And yet, some people will say this government is not
But
doing
Well,
do you need to
there's
travel
always
around
a difference
Nigeria to
between
feel
the approval and the release
and
of money.
but
But
it
Ziggy,
is you.
Ziggy, let me come to
Yes.
you on this, because I wouldn't want us to. We have little time, and I wouldn't want us to derail too much. The politics that is running now, don't you think that there's too much distraction, emphasis on decampaigning the other side, rather than looking for how to sell what you have to Nigeria?
And that's what I said before. The decampees, the parties themselves they are joining, they've not, the problem most times
I'm talking
is we
on both
Nigerians-
sides.
I
I'm talking
know.
on both sides
No,
of all political parties.
We Nigerians are not asking questions. We are only jubilating for no just cause. We are jumping that Mr. A is going to the other place,
We're happy about
and Mr. B is just. What are they selling to us? What are they telling? These people come from constituencies. What is the questions their constituents are asking them? You are leaving Party B where we elected you to work for us. And do they even contact their constituencies? You know, in a decent environment, I should think a good leader would consult his people.
Well, they have all claimed, including that they consulted. They have all said
these people are not serving the. And
after
then
due
we'll be able to
consultation.
ask,
Okay.
what have they gone to you? What is wrong? Why did
Who
why
are
are
those?
you leaving? Okay,
All right,
but
okay.
they don't have a clear cut.
All right, gentlemen.
They don't have issues to really tell Nigerians why they are leaving. What they are telling us is because they are not performing. You are a leader. You've been there.
All right,
So
gentlemen,
what
we have to
difference
leave
have
it
you
here.
brought to the party?
We have to leave it here now. We must thank you all for coming. Time is against us. Ziggy
Yes.
Ibe, thank you very much for coming on the
Thank you
program.
so much.
And
Thank you very
Olukayode
much.
Salako,
Your time is
thank
really
you so
short.
much. Time
this
is.
party has
We've
been doing
spent
so many things right.
we've spent about
for
30
Nigeria.
minutes already. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
All right, thank
Yes.
you.
This party is good for Nigeria. This government is good for Nigeria.
Okay.